So in this little bag I've got some rabbit and some seasoned flour, and a very convenient and quite fun way just to get it all coated. Put it in the bag. There's some thyme, some black pepper and some sea salt, as well as some flour. Using spelt flour this time, you can use normal any kind of flour, white flour or even whole grain. And then just shake them out in the bag until our rabbit is nicely coated. That's going to catch and give a nice coating to the meat, as well as then helping thicken the sauce.
Be very quiet. I'm cooking a rabbit.
That was my Fudd impression. So we've seasoned the rabbit in the seasoned flour, as you saw earlier on. Got a little bit of thyme fresh from the garden in there with some flour, salt and pepper. And then obviously for flavour, we're going to base the dish on onions and garlic. Also got some fennel going in there to give it a nice, slightly aniseedy flavour, combining with the courgettes to go for a real nice kind of fresh green dish. And then in terms of herbs, we've gone and chosen some fresh sage from the garden. This recipe was originally meant to be done with tarragon, which would be a lovely flavour to go alongside the rabbit, but sage will work equally as well. And then finishing that off with a nice little bit of white wine, give it a slug in there and reduce it all down, try and concentrate some of those flavours. It really is a great recipe that's making me want to bounce. First of all, just to make sure it's got enough room in the pan and we've got enough heat to properly sear the meat, I'm going to brown the rabbit on its own. Just got some olive oil heating up nicely. Don't be worried if it catches a little bit, because that seasoned flour is going to give us a really nice tinged edge. Very important that whenever you're browning meat, there's enough room in the pan and enough heat to really brown the meat. Sometimes if you have too many ingredients in there and it's too crowded, then rather than seal the meat and make it that lovely golden brown colour, it just sits there a little bit more lukewarm and ends up sort of like going grey. So what we can do, we can have a look, see how it's getting on, and that's what I want, that lovely golden brown crust starting to form with the seasoned flour on the meat. I've taken the meat out, and now using the same pan I'm going to brown off my vegetables, putting a little bit of garlic and onions in there first of all, get that flavour in the pan, just softening them nicely. So next in with the onions I'm going to put in the courgettes. I've just managed to get the courgettes over a high heat to get them to catch a little bit and get that lovely brown tinge, which is going to just add a really nice, slightly caramelised flavour to the dish, and also just add to the contrast of colours, make it really nice to look at. Then in with that, I'm going to throw the fennel and sage. Sage being quite a robust herb, so you can actually get it in there on the heat and it's not going to be too detrimental to the flavour. You can see the heat is still really quite high, and that's because of what I'm about to do next. So I'm going to return the rabbit back to the pan, and then over this lovely nice high heat, a nice big slog of white wine. Ooh. Gone and steamed up my glasses with the evaporating alcohol, and also give myself a nice little buzz from that. It smells beautiful too. Check on my rabbit, my wascally wabbit.
That's really nice.
And as you can see, he's getting on very nicely indeed. The liquid's just starting to reduce down. Rabbit's such a good meat for you. As with any kind of meat, you always want to make sure it's top quality, fresh, free range, and with anything gamey, then you're going to be dealing with a wild animal that's been free to roam, free to run around, and it's lean. Very, very minimal fat content. It's been running around in the fields all day and basically has the body that we're all striving for. It's lean, it's mean, its body composition is absolutely beautiful. Stick it in a pan and hopefully a little bit of that rub off. Beautiful.
It's going to have the body I've always dreamed of.